What is going on, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got to look at another Eternity code. They're really on just like a sprinkle fest where like it's literally like one card every 8 hours almost. Like it's not exactly that, but it almost feels like that. And tonight, this evening, we got a new card called Hole by the Grave, or the translation is a little wonky to figure out exactly what the translation will be, but more or less it's Hole by the Grave. It's a normal trap card, and I really want to talk about this because particular to one deck that I really love, this card has implications, but also to a bunch of other decks as well, just being a good generic trap card. So yeah, let's get into it. So this card's name goes as either Grave Hole, the Grave Hole, or Hole by the Grave, whichever one you want. I think I like Hole by the Grave. I think that sounds the best here. But it's a normal trap card, and it's not once per turn. The effect reads: when your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand, in the graveyard, or that is banished, negate that effect, and if you do, your opponent takes 2,000 points of damage. So there's some few key points here that I want to talk about. So one, the effect is just solid. I mean, really, with like how common all three of those things are. Well, actually, the first two are common. Banished is a little more niche, but it can definitely come up. Stuff like Thunder Dragons. I mean, people are already anticipating right now, if nothing gets hit to Thunder Dragon on the ban list, Thunder Dragon could easily be the best deck in Master Rule 5. We'll see, but like that's a deck where that works in. There are other decks that just cards want to banish themselves to do stuff, and he can take care of that stuff from there. Or not banish themselves to do stuff, but when they're banished, do stuff. Stuff like Giant Rex, like just niche stuff. That one's not going to come up nearly as much, but the other ones are absolutely. The other one's absolutely, positively hitting monster effects in the hand. That includes almost any monster hand trap. Pretty much, they activate in the hand, so they discard for cost. Then you can negate the hand trap and burn them for 2,000 damage. That's super clean. And then stuff in the graveyard, even stuff like Orcus, they banish for cost, negate. Banish a harp, negate it. Stuff like that. Banish the Symbol Skeleton, negate it. Really strong. Now, the specific implications I want to talk about to a certain deck is Traptrix. That, I believe, this card will have the most playability in. Not that this card won't be playable in other decks just because it's generically good, but particularly in that deck because a lot of trap hole cards are super reactive. And this one's reactive as well. You have to react to this, but this one is a lot. I think is super different, where like effects can be activated so easily. I mean, there's so many things. So the first thing is Traptrix. Traptrix grabs this card straight from the deck. You're going to be playing that in Traptrix as is. You're going to be playing that in a lot of other trap decks. Paleos, this could be a good card. And just to negate, I mean, it's good. It just negates something. Negates are good, and now it's generically searchable with Traptrix. The other thing is Traptrix Sarah gets any whole normal trap card from the deck. If you can get that to resolve turn 1 with a Shade Brigandine play, even better, because this now becomes like the best generic one to get, for sure. I think, like, in my opinion, it's probably going to be the best generic one. There are decks that do weirdly maneuver around this. They don't really deal with activating effects in hand. They don't really deal with activating effects in grave. And so this card can lose some value. But pretty much any deck that plays hand traps, like, this card already gains, like, so much value for. Like, that's it. All it takes is a deck that plays Ash, which almost every deck does. Could hit that. Obviously, with Traptrix, you're not worried about Nibiru negating that, but Ash, Ogre, Veiler, any of those, maybe the new one when it comes out, the one that negates monster effects, when they're special summoned, this card negates them all, and that's so clean. I really think this card is like a huge buff to Traptrix. Like, the trap holes are so power crept at this point. Like, they're okay, but they only were like chained to summoning. There's stuff where, like, with destruction protection, like Bottomless is not very good, and there are certain decks that just summon around. What's the one that? Oh man, I can't remember what name that is. Time Space. There you go. Time Space Trap Hole. There are decks that just like, and they're a little bit more niche, but this was just a little more generic to like every deck in the field. And there are going to be decks that work around this, but any deck that just plays hand traps will just really be playing into this card. Just get this card to find a place, like find something to negate, which is just super strong in my opinion, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's good generically, but I think it's really good in Traptrix, and I'm really looking forward to this. And don't even sleep on the burn, because one of the downsides that people talk about with Traptrix is deck can't kill. Deck can't put on damage. One, this isn't once per turn, so if you resolve this twice in the same turn, you are going to deal your opponent 4,000 damage, and assuming you did that, negated 2 monsters, there's a good chance your opponent has 1, maybe no monsters on board, and you might be able to just take them down on the next turn, because all you have to do is worry about dealing 4,000 damage. That could be 1 Utopia Lightning, regular Utopia Lightning, not Utopia double play, and so that's really nice as well as like time, playing in time. Your opponent may want to negate something, but they could play right into a 2,000 burn to their life points and, you know, promptly lose, which would be super crazy. So just keep an eye on it, because I think this card is a legit buff. I thought the new XCs was like okay, but like the deck doesn't really spam out rank 4, so it's nice, but you don't spam into those anyway. It's still a nice extender though. But this card, I believe, truly buffs the deck a solid amount. So yeah, that's pretty much it. These are just like initial thoughts. Keep that in mind. So definitely, if you have any other ideas or implications that this card might have on other certain decks and whatnot, definitely throw that in the comments down below. But card's dope. I think this is another just banger. I think this is a good card. I don't know if it's like insane generically in decks outside of Traptrix, but it's just another card that if you play Traptrix, or if you just want to pick up this card because this could have solid implications down the line, just as like a generically good trap, you know, it's there. So I think this is just another good, desirable card in this set, and I've said it like almost every video. I feel like since like 30 cards were revealed for this set, every single time a card gets revealed is like, I'm like, wow, like I want that. Like almost every card I want. So the set looks just better and better. All we're missing is like a couple things that are like true meta staples, like 2 or 3 meta, like truly good meta cards that would definitely put this set in like phenomenal status. But we'll wait and see. We're still inching our way there, and hope we'll be there soon, because we're 9 days away from the set coming out in the OCG, so we'll know the last 35 cards very soon here. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, leave your comments if you have anything on this card that I missed. Leave those down below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.